Okay. Hey guys. So I was planning on actually recording this in advance, but times, went up and down, and then I decided, why not just live stream it instead of trying to cram a little video together and have it edited and everything. So, as you may or may not know, a week ago, I turned 20 years old, which is really overwhelming to think about because 20 years old, 2 decades, feels so old. But at the same time, I don't feel any different, honestly, than, when I was just 19. But, here I am, 20 years old. So that'd be fun and cute to make 20 goals for my 20s. Though, honestly, I really struggled writing this list. At first, I was things immediately came to mind. And then I couldn't think of anything. So I was kind of doing some Googling, researching, seeing what other people thought of as good goals. So these are my personal goals that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. Maybe, you can take inspiration from them, or maybe you're like, oh, these are the stupidest goals I've ever heard of. But the good thing about a personal goal is that as long as it means something to you, or in my case, as long as it means something to me, that's all that really matters. So I have my list. So we're just going to get through them. So the first goal is the one that I thought of immediately, and that is that I would like to finish a feature film. Now, this both seems semi-realistic and kind of impossible because all of my film professors said the feature film, it's really hard. It's hard to write the script. It's hard to actually produce it. And it's really hard to raise the money for a feature. I've never even really had to raise money for a short film before. So I think it'll be really beneficial my next 2 years of college to really make some short films that I have to actually fundraise for and have a serious budget instead of just $20 to $50 on if I'm spending on a prop or something. So feature film is obviously a whole nother level. The longest film I've ever made is 8 minutes long, and a feature has to be at least an hour. So that's a huge jump. But it is a goal of mine to get a feature done in my 20s. We just had a guest speaker in my screenwriting class literally yesterday talking about how though she got a little bit of clout and knowledge from her short films, it wasn't until that she made a feature that things really picked up for her. So that's something that I definitely want to do and achieve, hopefully in my 20s. So that's my goal. My second goal is I hope is a more checkmark, obvious goal. I would love to, get my own place and be financially independent by the end of my 20s, hopefully long before the end of my 20s. But that's just a general 20s goal. Right now, I don't really consider that I live in my own place. Yes, I have an apartment. It's cool. But my parents, thank you for them, or I thank them. They pay my rent and definitely not financially independent. But I definitely want to be in the next couple of years, and definitely within the decade. Please, I'll be really sad if I don't. But that's a nice goal. I think it's good to have a goal that you're pretty sure you can achieve. The next goal is a similar one. I would love to finish college in my 20s. I expect to finish college in my very early 20s, very soon. Well, very soon in the sense of 2 years. But then again, that also seems like time's just flying in college. So maybe it's sooner than I realize or sooner than I would like. But I would love to finish college, and that just, get me ready for the real stage of my adult life, which I sort of feel has just begun. But my mom said 20 isn't even a big birthday, that 21 is a big birthday. So take it or leave it, I guess. My other goal is kind of alongside the finish college, because my dream is to go with my twin to New Zealand after we graduate college and go on the Lord of the Rings trail and stay in Hobbiton and all those good things that will make us Lord of the Rings fans go wild. So I want to travel to New Zealand. Hopefully that happens. Obviously, it depends on a lot of different factors, and if she still even wants to go at that point, because I don't think I'd want to go by myself. I don't think I'd have that much fun. But that's still a goal. I think travel goals are important. Oh, also, these aren't really in a particular order. Some of the ones that I came up with later, that doesn't mean that they're less important to me than my other goals. I just thought of them later, but I still think they're quite valuable. I just wasn't really thinking about them. So my fifth goal is that I would like to be better informed on the news. I am getting a lot better at that. I do like to read the National Geographic because my dad's a member, so I get it online. But while that is some current news, it's not really the news. So I think that's important, kind of cultural awareness. I currently am reading the New York Times. They have these little briefings, And then I also read like the daily rundown on LinkedIn at the moment, and that's pretty much how I know some things that are happening politically, like in the economy, etc. And I think it's doing something. Like I definitely do feel a little bit more aware, but I would like to improve that in the future. Whether I start really reading the newspapers or what, I just feel like I would like to be more informed. And especially as I'm going to get older, like I already can vote. I want to be making well-researched decisions on like anything that's big in my life. Similarly, in the big in my life important decisions, I want to put money away for retirement. I know that seems like a really far away thing for me, considering that I'm now just 20 years old, but Nicole, my twin, and my dad are really big on like the compound interest, and it's true. So it's just a goal of mine. I don't want to be stressing out, especially because I know that in my early years of my career, I probably will be making that much money right away, but it's important for me to be thinking ahead. I definitely don't want to be one of these people who like spends a lot of money early on and then they don't have no savings. That whole going, I want my own place, I want to be financially independent. I want to include in that I'm, putting money away for the future and I'm being smart about my money. I think I'm pretty smart about money now, but I also don't really need to pay for much now. Like I pay for my phone and like if I'm like going some kind of entertainment thing for myself. So I know I'm pretty lucky, but I do have a little budget, like a budgeting app, just so I get in the habit. So when I'm in the real world that I kind of have a step ahead for myself, that I kind of know what I should be doing. Hopefully, I also want to learn how to cook. So that is my 7th goal. I can like follow recipes and like and stuff okay, but I'm no chef. I definitely don't know how to use everything in the kitchen. And I prefer to just like get food at the dining hall at the moment. But I really want to be able to cook. Like I have a kitchen and I really just make eggs sometimes or like reheat something. And I feel good about myself when I even make eggs, which not to say that that's not something cool, but some of my roommates are like whipping up like amazing masterpieces all the time. And I'm just like, oh, I just went to the dining hall. So I really love to learn how to cook. I think my mom is hopefully going to try to help me learn how to cook this summer since I'll be home, but we'll have to see. There are some like cooking for college classes and like not a webinar because it's a real life thing, like a program workshop, but I've never been able to make those. So unfortunately, I still cannot cook for college or for real life. Then this actually goes back to the financial thing. I guess I sort of should have like put this in a better order, but my 8th one is to improve and maintain my budgets. Like right now, my budget's pretty small because I don't make it. I make some money with my on-campus job, but not a ton of money. But I budget that off, and I try to set aside some money every month for my retirement because I'm just not spending money on that much stuff while in college. But I want to improve and maintain those as I actually have things I need to spend money on. This one's maybe like stupid, but I saw this on a couple like websites, so I thought it was interesting. And it was like to have a serious adult relationship. I've never really had like a casual flingy relationship. Really, like I'm haven't, and even though I have been on like some dates with some like people, I don't generally go on like a lot of dates with a lot of different people kind of at the same time. But I assume like this adult relationship is like one that's like when you're beyond college and you're actually going places together and like growing together. Because it sort of is like, and I don't know if it has to be necessarily a romantic relationship. I guess it kind of supposed to be in these articles, but it seemed to be all about like learning more about yourself by like being with other people. And I just think learning about yourself is always a good thing. So I was like, that sounds like a good goal. Then my 10th goal is like totally unrelated. Keep reading for fun. I love books. I love reading. I definitely read less when I'm in the thick of school because I have to do a lot of reading for my classes. And after reading a lot of textbooks, I'm just like, I need a break from a book, but I definitely want to make sure that when I'm out of college and have a job, I want to make sure if I'm commuting, like maybe if I'm on a train or something, I can read or make some time to read at night or something like that, because reading just brings me a lot of joy and you can just like curl up and bury yourself in a book and it's the best thing in the world, to me at least. I think it's amazing. Like I know I want to make movies, but if I'm feeling low, I would much rather curl up with a book than watch a movie, honestly, because I can just get into the book somehow, like in a beautiful way. I mean, depends on the book, but I want to make sure I keep reading for fun, keep making lists of books I want to read, and of course, continue to keep up with the Warrior series if Aaron Hunter keeps cranking them out. 11 is exercise more. I do like stretch and do like a little workouts every night, And I do try to go to the gym once or twice a week, but I want to try to stay fit and keep that up. Especially right now, like I go to the gym literally in my building. I assume that I will not have a gym in my building, as I like become an adult. So I'll have to make a real effort to keep exercising and working out. Not because I necessarily want to be bulked up, but I think it's important for your heart and for your body just to be moving and everything. So I definitely want to work on that. And like a lot of my friends and like my older sister, she's like a real fitness like guru. And it's very inspiring, and yet it still does not inspire me enough to do it yet. But I'm hoping one day it will. Then number 12, I have keep up scrapbooking. I initially just thought I just really wanted to make a scrapbook for college because I want to remember everything. And I already think my scrapbooks are super cute, and I'm absolutely obsessed with them. I'm on my second one. But I kind of think I want to keep doing it like as I get older as well. Right now, I kind of have like mini scrapbooks. So I'm thinking maybe out of college, I'll get like a bigger one, and I'll probably like put less things in them, but I still would like to keep up scrapbooking. It's a nice way to be like kind of like a diary, a little more creative, put in like tickets, stickers. I've always collected tickets and stuff, so I think it would be a really nice balance. Then 13 is another travel one. I would like to travel to Italy. Obviously, I will not be traveling to Italy anytime soon, but that is a place I really want to go. I would love to go to the Vatican. So Italy is definitely up there. Then 14, interesting that I just said the Vatican. I would like to keep improving my relationship with God. I've definitely felt since I've come to college, I feel like a lot more, I would say confident, maybe secure in my faith, because even though I really enjoyed going to church and everything in high school, now that I'm in college, like I'm choosing to go to church every Sunday. I'm choosing to like keep up my faith and keep practicing. And I'm currently, as it's Lent, I'm doing this Ignatian prayer thing. And honestly, it's been really great. And I really hope that I kind of keep up the fervor, because it just has been really soothing for me to work on communicating with God and sharing my faith with my friends and my family. And it's just been really, really, yeah, soothing for me, calming for me, gives me a sense of peace. And I would like to carry that with me, as I'm sure things are just going to keep getting more and more hectic. Then 15, I would like to keep up Spanish somehow. I know there's Duolingo, which I have used, or something. I took Spanish like all up until throughout high school, and now I haven't done Spanish since. And I did pretty good at it, and I liked the language, and I liked reading it and writing in Spanish. But since I haven't taken any classes, like I feel like I'm definitely forgetting a lot of stuff. So I want to at least try to maintain the basic Spanish skills. So at least if I travel somewhere, or I can just have very, very low level communication, I think that would be a big help versus like not being able to do anything with Spanish at all. So we'll see how that goes. But it's a goal. So it doesn't need to be like totally linear in progress. I just want to keep moving forwards overall. I can go a little bit down as long as I can get up again later. You know what I mean? Then another travel one, 16, I want to travel to Germany. I want to travel to Germany because I've seen not only like cool pictures and everything, but my mom's went to Germany. She really liked it. I would like to see it. I have like German, Polish heritage. I would like to see some of the concentration camps. Not that I think that's necessarily be fun, but I think it's important to go see those and not forget about what happened. So Germany's definitely on my wanderlust list. Then 17's, again, like an unrelated thing to what I've just been talking about. But something I saw a lot of places was to have multiple sources of income. I don't necessarily know if that's like a goal that needs to happen, but it sounds good. Like, who doesn't want more than one source of income? I mean, I doubt that YouTube will ever be anything that I make like any kind of money on. But presumably, I'll have some kind of job in a studio or a company doing video work or like narrative storytelling, maybe Disney. We'll see. But maybe I could also do like freelancing on the side, video work, photo work, editing. We'll see how it goes. I might be too busy for any kind of side hustle, but I'm not sure. But it's a goal. I would like to get a pet. That's number 18. I think a lot of people want to have a pet. But I don't know if I ideally want a dog and a cat, and I need to get them when they're young so they can get along with each other. But right now, the goal is just to get one pet. I thought if my goal was to get 2 pets at the same time, that might be a little too specific to start off with. But I just think it'd be nice to have someone to play with, cuddle with, hug. So hopefully that works out for me. Then 19 is I would like to volunteer like semi-consistently. right now in college, it's pretty easy to do some kind of like philanthropic work. I'm in Hoodathon, I'm in DKA. We raise money for, various organizations to help with animal shelters, sick children, homeless people, the works. And I want to make sure that I do that when I graduate college as well, to make sure that I spend time giving back to the community and helping when I can, because I know that I have a lot of privileges and I'm fortunate to have them. And I want to make sure that I help other people live lives that we all deserve to have. And then my 20th goal for my 20s is I want to look forward more than I look backwards. And I don't mean that I want to like forget everything that I've been through, but I have a horrible habit of like things really stick with me for a long time sometimes. And I think it really has a negative impact on my well being and how I'm feeling. And it's not even like I hold grudges against people, but I remember how something someone said, and I might forgive them fine, but sometimes I like don't forgive myself for how I feel about it. And I want to take what I've been through and move forward. I want to stop like thinking so much about how the past is going to affect my future and instead think about what I did and if I made a mistake or not, learn from it and like just step forward more. I hope that made sense. It makes sense to me in my mind. I'm not sure if I can explain it very well. But anyway, those are my goals. So we can close the book. It's all cute looking. And hopefully I, succeed in some of these goals. I just think it's really interesting that like 10 years ago when I turned 10, I had a totally different like idea of what my life was going to be like when I was in college. I didn't think I was going to be in Phil at all when I was 10. I definitely wasn't thinking I'd be in Philly. Like I just felt like I had a whole nother like set of ideas. So it's going to be really interesting for me to see if when I'm 30, if, I've succeeded in these goals or if I've made new goals that I'm happier with then. So, you never really know. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and comment any of your goals, whether you're 25, 10, 40, however old you are, you probably have a goal. And if you don't have a goal, you probably make one. That's it. Bye.